What up, everybody? Welcome to Heartbeats. I have sitting right in front of me, Mr. Roger Sanchez.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Getting up early in the morning here in Los Angeles.
I read that you started as a break dancer in the club.
Yeah, I was real young. Yeah, I'm not probably giving away my age, but definitely, when I was young, I used to be the kid on the dance floor break dancing, and one of my boys was the DJ. And I kind of got fascinated by the control he had over the crowd, and that's really how I got into it. I said, listen, this is interesting. Let me find out more about it.
I love this story about how you used to play your mixtapes on a boombox outside of the club and sell your mixtapes.
Yep. I used to make these mixes. I had a whole series. I think I still have it in a storage room, and then I used to sell them on Broadway in Manhattan, and people used to come up and buy them for like $10 a pop. And with that money, I used to throw my own events.
You won a Grammy in 2003, and for a remix of a popular track.
Yeah.
So many electronic DJs are being nominated, and it's a much bigger scene. And I know that you've mentioned that you are a little worried about the world of music because you find that it's becoming a bit more formulaic.
With anything, there becomes a formula that people feel work, and everybody just rushes to try to copy the same thing, play the same format so that they can make money. And I understand this. Now, not to be a purist, but at the end of the day, when everybody does the same thing, saturation is inevitable and people become tired of it. And that's the danger that I see really happening. It's reached the point where everybody's doing the same thing.
But I do find that within everything starting to sound the same, that it's becoming cool to find that one golden gem, and it's almost easier to find the standout now.
Yeah.
Because everything does sound the same.
Absolutely.
And on this show, I do try to find like the standout track. Now do you release all your tracks on your own label?
I can drop certain things on my label because it has a certain recognition, and people associate the sound with the brand. And if you want to branch out, sometimes it's good to try other things. But I think it's important to have the freedom to do whatever you want on your own label at the same time.
So let's talk about this track that just dropped, My Roots.
My Roots.
Tell me what that's about.
My Roots is really about me going back to, and it's also leading towards my album called Roots. So I've kind of gone back to my more underground, soulful, sexy, and has, elements of techno, elements of deep house. That's my sound. That's where I started, and that's where I came from. And this is what I've redone and re-injected new life into for this project. And My Roots really takes it's that bass line, that jack and beat, the dirty vocals. It's all about the dirty house sound. That's really where I'm back to.
Where can everyone follow you?
You can
shout
get
out the Instagram.
Everywhere. Well, listen, it's first of all on Twitter, I'm DJ Roger Sanchez at twitter.com. You can go to my website, rogersanchez.com, and get all the links to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all your social media, because that's very, very important. I'm going to be in New York City this week. I'm playing at Cielo. I'm also going to Puerto Rico and Montreal. I'm doing probably a 10-hour set or 9-hour set at Stereo. I usually play insane lengths of time there.
So talk to me about this really quickly.
I think when you do these long sets, when I do marathon sets, I don't plan an exact track list.
Right.
But I have a sense of a vibe of how I want to start, what I want the middle to look like, and then how I want to take it home.
Thank you so much for being
My pleasure.
here. You're amazing.
Really like this shoe and can't wait to see hopefully some great colorways coming out this year, but I'm definitely a fan of the Air Max 90 Lunar Fuse. That on the box is actually the Air Max 90 Lunar.
The motherfucking album come out December 17th, Angle World, my nigga, we worked on this shit for a year and a half. Good to see the people come out and fuck with us one time. Sox gang forever, what's happening?